Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something really powerful, a single idea that connects peak performance, real leadership, and believe it or not, our own happiness. It's a concept that might just change how you see your everyday life.
You know this line, right? It sounds so simple, but when they asked Forrest Gump why he was running, he didn't have some big goal or prize in mind. His answer pointed to something way deeper, a powerful drive that came from inside. And getting a handle on that drive, well, that's the key to unlocking our own potential. See, the real question isn't what he did, but why he did it. It wasn't about a finish line. It was all about this incredible internal energy. And that's the core idea we're really going to dig into today. Okay, so let's hold that image of effortless, joyful motion in our minds. And now let's contrast it with something that's probably a lot more familiar to most of us, especially in the modern workplace. This is something I hear all the time from extremely high-achieving people. You know, they have all the success on the outside, but on the inside, they just feel completely overwhelmed by all the pressure and the stress.
And this is the image they often use, which is so powerful. They're pushing as hard as they can, trying to move forward, but it just feels like they're spinning their wheels, totally stuck, and just getting more and more exhausted from the effort.
So you have these two extremes, right? And it brings up a huge question. If so many people feel stuck, how does some people manage to find that inner drive, that sense of satisfaction that Forrest Gump had?
Well, the answer actually lies in the groundbreaking work of one truly remarkable scientist and this revolutionary concept that he discovered. And here he is, the late Professor Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. I mean, this guy was a total game changer. He was a pioneer who completely reshaped how we understand human potential, peak performance, and what it really truly means to be happy. So what Professor Csikszentmihalyi found and defined was the state he called flow. He also called it the optimal experience. And you know this feeling. It's that magical state where you're so completely absorbed in what you're doing that time just kind of melts away. You feel this energized focus, and you're actually having a good time doing it.
And getting into this state isn't just about feeling good. Not at all. The benefits are totally tangible. When people in teams experience flow, they aren't just more creative and productive. They actually develop their skills faster and find real, genuine happiness in their work.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. How do we apply this to leadership? How can a leader create an entire environment where a whole team can find its flow?
Just look at the difference here. Traditional management, right? It leans on outside pressure, on control, and it pretty much always leads to burnout. But a leader who promotes flow, they do the opposite. They focus on sparking that motivation that comes from within. Instead of micromanaging, they empower their team. They build trust. And this is key. They carefully balance the challenge of the task with the skills of the person doing it. That's how you unlock a team's true creative power.
And this isn't just a theory, you know? It's been put into practice with some really cool tools, like a leadership simulation game called Fleegby. In fact, Professor Csikszentmihalyi helped develop it himself. It basically works like a flight simulator for leadership, letting executives practice how to create flow, but in a totally risk-free environment.
Okay, so how does this all circle back to you? Let's go back to Forrest Gump for a second, and that simple, powerful drive he had.
Here's the most crucial part. That internal drive, it's contagious. When Forrest Gump just felt like running, that pure motivation created this incredible momentum, and it inspired other people to join him. It's the same for you. When you find your flow, that energy radiates outward. It inspires and motivates the people all around you.
As a tribute to Professor Csikszentmihalyi's incredible legacy, this has become a really powerful and fitting send-off for everyone who follows his work. It's like a wish, right? A wish for others to find that optimal experience for themselves. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important point. This idea of flow isn't just about work or about leadership, it's about designing a life that's full of meaning and full of engagement. So the real question I want to leave you with is not just if you can find your flow, but what are you going to do with it once you do?